Thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin McCarthy with 19 News Now, coming to you live from our digital studios with a look at our upcoming forecast. We're joined by First Alert meteorologist Erica Page with a first look at your First Alert forecast. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Caitlin. Yes, we've got a lot of big changes that are headed our direction over the next couple of days. I mean, certainly you've likely felt them today. Today felt very different from yesterday. Yesterday we were soaking in sunshine and some nice warmer temperatures. That hasn't so much been the case today. We've dealt with a little bit of rain at times, and we will see more rain returning to the forecast later tonight, but it's really into early this next week that we want to highlight the potential that we could see our first batch of wintry weather so far this season. So Tuesday night headed into Wednesday morning, it's a 19 First Alert weather day. We're going to have some pretty chilly temperatures to get this upcoming work week started. And when you combine that with pretty warm Lake Erie water temperatures, I looked earlier this evening, the buoy that's stationed just off of Cleveland, it was registering a water temperature of 60 degrees. So when you talk about that big difference in temperatures, and especially with the warmer water, you get that perfect setup usually to give us at least an opportunity for some lake enhancement. And in this case, it's going to feature rain and likely a little bit of snow, mainly for our primary snow belt. Now, this is also where we could see some light accumulations. That's kind of some new data that we're talking about here. Not expecting anything significant. I mean, you got to think the ground temperature is still pretty warm for this time of the year, but those grassy, more elevated surfaces, especially if you live in some of the higher terrain off to the east, you could see a little bit of a light coating headed into Wednesday morning. So that's new data we'll continue to monitor through the rest of the weekend. Otherwise, no matter where you are across Northeast Ohio, it's going to be chilly. If you have some of those Halloween plans, maybe you're doing some trick-or-treating. So let's walk you through that trick-or-treat forecast, because I know it's going to be a significant day for the kiddos. They're going to want to get outside and collect some of that candy and all the goodies. I would highly recommend, though, if your kiddos are headed out in costumes, think about adding a coat, adding something that's going to keep them dry as well. Temperatures through the evening will be falling out of the 40s into the 30s. It's going to be breezy, so it's going to feel much colder than just the upper 30s out there. So you'll definitely want to make sure you have some of those layers. And you can thank this changing weather pattern for all the rain you see off to our west. That's the big headline for us headed into Sunday. While it's been pretty dry here the past couple of hours, you likely have seen those clouds starting to increase, especially when we had a couple of breaks earlier today. We're talking more widespread cloud cover as that rain starts to move in tonight. I do want to highlight for areas farther to the south, we could hear a couple rumbles of thunder as the system comes through tonight. Not anticipating severe weather, but you just have cold enough temperatures that when your air temperature gets down into the 50s, it's much colder above you. That can get you a nice setup to see a little bit of lightning, hear a couple claps of thunder through the overnight. But for most of us, it's just likely a rainier start for your Sunday morning. But the good news is, at least with a lot of the forecast trends through the afternoon, I do think we're going to get some dry time through the second half of your Sunday. So if you need to go out, run some errands, or you want to take a walk and enjoy what little bit of fall colors we have left here across Northeast Ohio, because I'm sure it's going to be pretty fleeting with those winds picking up early this next week. It's going to shake a lot of those leaves loose from the trees. You should have time to do that. We will watch for another round of rain that'll get you into your Monday morning, but overall, I mean, these are kind of the bigger forecast trends that we're monitoring headed into early this next week, and we can unpack all the further changes in your 7-day forecast here in just a second.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
All right, so here's that 7-day forecast. Again, tomorrow, not bad. Temperatures will be into the lower 50s. It's close to where we should be for this time of the year, but we're really going to settle into a very November-like chill with temperatures into the 40s Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday. Wednesday is the first day of November, so it's going to feel very much like that. We'll watch for that wintry mix early Wednesday morning, but really once that escapes our area, we're talking very nice conditions headed into the second half of the work week. We're trying our best to warm that temperature up as best we can. We'll be back into the 50s by next weekend, and so far Thursday, Friday, Saturday, at least at this time, look to stay dry. So fingers crossed that forecast trend holds as we look ahead towards next weekend. But again, it's just the rain that you're going to deal with tomorrow, and then we're watching closely that wintry mix headed into Halloween night.
All right, Erica, thank you so much, and we will have another update for your First Alert forecast coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes on CW 43, and again on Channel 19 CBS at 11. Thanks and have a great evening.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.